Hello, everyone. So we have had yet another paranormal or an apparent paranormal occurrence here at the Herb House as recently as a couple of weeks ago. So go ahead, Pam.
So I had some paperwork that I had to have filed in Oswego, brought it home here and put it on top of the microwave where I always set it. Then a couple of days later, I went to go look for it and it was gone.
We're not talking, folks, here. We're not
Right.
talking just like a piece of paper or like a receipt. We're talking a stack of papers, okay? Like legit, like 3/4 of an inch thick.
That had staples and paper clips in
Right.
it.
Several of the pages were stapled together, and then within that, there was two huge paper clips on either side. So we're talking like enough papers here to choke a camel. There's no way that this got like accidentally misplaced or thrown away. It'd be like misplaced in your phone book. For those of you that are old enough to remember what the big yellow page phone books look like. Do they still make phone? I don't think they even do phone books anymore, do they? Anyways, go ahead.
So I went to look for them on a Monday afternoon after I put them there. Couldn't find him. I called him, had him check his car.
I'm at work.
They're not there.
Yeah.
Looking all around and pulling out drawers, going through everywhere, cannot find these things.
Yeah. So these are important legal documents.
So,
And she's freaking out. She calls me at work. I said, hon, I'll be out to my car in an hour. So I go out to my car, tear my car apart. Nope, they're not in that. Call her up. I said, yeah, they're not in here. Did you find them? No, I haven't. She's looking. The kids are looking. So
yeah, kids didn't touch them and they would not, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, well, let's pull back the cameras because we have security cameras in here that would get the view of the top of the microwave where I put them.
This is where it gets really interesting,
So
folks.
we pull back. We have cameras, and each camera can
Yep.
kind of see a different angle from.
Yeah.
You can see other cameras from other ones, so
So-
everything is covered. So I pulled back the one camera that has the perfect shot of the microwave. See me put them there. We leave. We had to go over to school, so no one is here. And it was on Saturday about 11 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden the camera starts moving on its own. Goes all the way around,
Yeah.
up and down, all over. No one's controlling it. And it stops back to facing the microwave, but this time now it is several inches below the top of the microwave, so you can't see the top of the microwave anymore.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Our cameras got hacked into. Somebody hacked into your cameras. Okay. That it makes sense, and I might buy that, except for the fact that it was only that camera that moved.
And we have other cameras that are the exact same type, so they move the exact same way. But none of them did.
Coincidentally, it was just that camera that got hacked into, okay, and went all around, up, down, looked at the floor, looked at the ceiling, did a complete 360, and came back right to the exact spot, but like literally like an inch below the top of the microwave where you couldn't see these documents anymore. Okay, so the odds of someone hacking into just that camera, slim. Okay, but it gets better. It gets much better.
So we say, okay, we'll take a look. We have another camera that has another view of the microwave that's back a little bit farther.
We had two cameras that had perfect views of these papers on the microwave.
So we go to the other camera, and lo and behold, the camera was unplugged at some point on Friday night, which is the night that I brought them home.
Physically unplugged
So
from the
camera
wall.
has not been, we don't check these obviously all the time, so the camera has not been recording, hasn't been broadcasting anything since Friday night, and now we're here Monday night. So 3 days it wasn't working.
Yeah, give or take.
So we're like, okay, we're like, ask the kids, did you unplug it? Nope, didn't unplug it. So we have another camera that can show a view of that area.
Right, we have like, basically in our kitchen here, we have like 4 cameras, and they are in the corners, and they all pretty much like look at each other. So we knew the exact time that camera stopped recording because it uploads to the cloud. And so we could go back and look at that camera when it stopped recording, so when it was physically unplugged from the wall, which we did. And there is no one of the cats, we thought maybe one of the cats knocked it out of the wall. No, we can't see the actual physical plug in the wall, but you can see there's no one around
that would have done anything
near the
like
outlet.
that.
Right. So there's no cats around, kids aren't around. This camera just physically unplug itself from the wall, and the other camera that's looking at it, there's nothing around. Okay, you couldn't physically see the plug come out of the wall, however. So, go ahead.
So I'm still freaking out. So we go through and we're going through garbage bags trying to find it, cannot find it.
I mean, we
Literally
we
everything.
tore this house apart. I'm out in the dumpster with a rake, raking, tearing open garbage bags. The kids are like, we tore this house apart. Now, mind you, this is a thick stack of papers that just did not vanish, and they were on the microwave. I have videographic proof these things were sitting on top of the microwave.
Yeah, and we also could see on the one camera that they never left. They never left.
No.
Because so you could see us coming in and out over the weekend, and they never left. They never left the property that we know of, by my hands, his hands, or anything like that.
And the fact that not one but two cameras that could have showed where those papers went. One is all screwy, which this camera has never done it before.
Never done it since.
Never done it since. Is all screwy, does all this weird stuff, and comes right back to the deck position this far from where you can see what happens to them. The other camera completely unplugs from the wall and stops recording. What are the odds of that? It's astronomical.
So next day comes, I have to go to Syracuse and for an eye appointment. I go there. I was just going to go there and come back home. So I would have come home 690, 370 to 38 like I normally would have. Wasn't stopping anywhere. So while I'm up there, I'm like, well, let me call down to the office and see if I can get these papers, a copy of them made. Because I had filed them the Friday. They're like, yeah, we can make a copy for you this afternoon. It'll be a couple bucks. Just come on down. Okay. So instead of me going the normal way I would have gone home, I'm now going 690, 81, 481 in Fulton, coming home a totally different way, hours later than I normally would have.
And that's the whole moral of the story. Right. Go ahead.
I feel that there was something, whether you believe it or not, that got rid of these papers that I had to change my whole direction of travel that day to avoid whether something would have happened if I'd gone back the way I normally would have at that time, place, whatever.
So for those of you that believe in like higher forces or spirits or higher powers.
Because to this day, we've never found those papers.
No, they've never showed up. This was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
they still have not shown up. These things are gone.
Yeah.
So for those of you that believe in higher powers or spirits or, whatever, angels or what, something made her go home a completely different way than she would have had those papers not disappeared.
Yeah,
okay.
And conveniently, I never noticed they were gone until Friday or until Monday evening at 5 o'clock, 5:30 when the office was closed. So I couldn't even, if I had known for Monday, I would have gone down Monday. But obviously, it was closed by the time I realized.
The odds of all this stuff happening, astronomical. Now it gets even better. Now, this is the fourth occurrence, and I'll tell you about the other ones here, but some other time. This is the fourth occurrence. Well, you know about the demon bike. We did do the video on the demon bike last year that we got for scrap metal, and I actually put that back where I got it. Something did not want that bicycle taken out of that basement. Anyway, so this is the fourth time that a piece of scrap metal has, in my opinion, manifested something paranormal. Now, before a couple of days prior to any of this happening, okay, we're out, as you know, we quit scrap, but we're cleaning up right now. We got a whole bunch of stuff to clean up. I come across this. Okay, this is an old license plate, all right, New York commercial license plate from 1958, all rusty and beat up. And I go, you know what? So that's kind of neat. And maybe somebody would want that for an old wall hanger. Maybe I'll keep it or whatever. I don't know. So 1958 license plate. So I tell our son Jimmy, I go, hey Jim, I go put this in the basement for me. I said, go put this inside. Okay. Never thought anything more of it. Fast forward a few days, this camera becomes unplugged. We didn't know it at the time. Then those papers come up missing. The camera goes all screwy. I personally think that there is good, positive energy or omen or spirit or something attached to this license plate, because what are the odds that she's in a vehicle, she's traveling home, these papers come up missing, she has to take a completely different route home than she would have had those papers not come up missing, and it's all attached to a license plate. Was this license plate possibly on a vehicle that was involved in an accident that someone got hurt or killed in, and this spirit did not want her to suffer the same fate? Don't know. You decide. Okay? Believe in this stuff, don't believe in this stuff, it's up to you. I can only present you with the facts, and the facts of the matter are that an entire stack of papers came up missing, okay, yet to be found. 3 weeks later, still have not been found. That a camera that has never acted up since, before or since, went all screwy, came back to the exact same place that it was, only literally like an inch down to where you couldn't see these papers are out of view, and another camera physically got unplugged from a wall, and the cameras that were looking at that camera show there's nothing around. No cats playing around, knocking the thing out of the wall, no kids horsing around, knocking it out. Those are the facts. Believe what you will, and it's all coincidentally after we brought this license plate in. Don't know. You decide, but moral of the story is Pam's still here, okay? So whether it was meant to be or whether it was all just a huge, big coincidence, I don't know, but she's still here. She's still safe and sound. So this is the latest paranormal episode in the herb house tied to scrap metal. So, all right, folks, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.